Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today on YOUCANIC we have a 2018 Kia Soul. On this Kia Soul we're going to go over how you would replace your ECU. So the ECU is right here behind where the battery is. The battery sits here. So you would remove the battery to start with. And so to start with, you'll need a 10 millimeter wrench or socket. To get here, you'll want a 12 millimeter socket to get all the way down here to undo the one bolt that holds the battery in place. And then you don't have to, but for ease, it's easy to just remove this cover that is for your air box. And so we're going to do that just to make it easy and so you can see. So it's just the two clips on the left here, and then there's one clamp here, and that is a size 10 that you would loosen up. Get that loose, and then you'll be able to just pull that off, and now we have a little bit easier access to this bolt that's right down here to undo that. That bolt is the size 12. And so with that bracket removed, now the battery will be able to move. And we've got the negative, so we'll undo the negative first. And we just need to undo that bolt a little bit because it clamps as it pushes down. And we'll set that aside. We pop this cover here to gain access to the nut that holds the positive on. And then we'll be able to pull that off. And now be able to just pull the battery out, and then you have to undo these connectors, which you just pull the tab up there. You got to press that tab to lock in, and then if you just keep pulling it back, it unlocks, and then you're able to undo these connections for both sides. And there's 4 bolts that mount this ECU to the bracket, but you just need to remove this bolt here and this bolt here, loosen this one a little bit, and then you'll be able to pull it out, and then you would remove the bracket to put your new ECU in. And these are just a size 10. So we're just gonna, like I said, we're just loosening that one a little bit. And then we remove that one, and with that removed, you'll be able to lift up and pull out the whole ECU to be replaced. The reason to be replacing this is the electrics in it have fried, or if you change the motor to a different one, you want the ECU from the motor that you put in here, and that's it. So we do have the 4 bolts here that or nuts you would just undo, and then this will come free from the bracket, and then you would put that back on. But when you've got your new one that you need to replace with, then you'll just line it back up, and see this one that we didn't take completely off, that is the guide one, to be able to get it lined up. And drop it down. And then we just put these 2 bolts back in, and we would put the battery back in, and well, we'll connect the connectors first, and then we'll put the battery back in. Tighten those bolts, then you're going to take these connectors, just press down on them, and then as you clamp down like that, that locks them into place. Then press it down a little bit, and then just twist this lock, and that locks it in. And then you would just go ahead and put your battery back in, hook everything back up, take a replacement battery, and we drop it in, we push it back. There's a lip on the back side as well as the lip on the front side, and we've pressed it back in there, and so that locks the back of the battery in. Then we can put the clamp in on the front. Alright, that's tight, so now the battery doesn't move anyway. And just because this was on there, we're going to just put it back on, which is just a little insulator shield. Sometimes, depending if your battery was a little bit larger than the one that came out, this may not go back on. Okay. Now, we're going to hook up our positive. Clean that up a little bit. So you replace the battery with a new battery, something in the same range. And this is a good used battery. Checks out good, so we're replacing that with that right now. Just be able to get that connection on there, and then tighten this up. It's size 10. Tighten that up, and then we have put our negative connection back on. There we go. Tighten that one just till it's tight. Now that's the replacement of the battery, and then you'll just want to finish off by putting your airbox cover back into place. If you did remove it, snap that in place, tighten this number 10 bolt on the clamp. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.